Good morning, Dale. Today I want to know, how do you read a sextant in regards to sailing?
Good morning to the greatest Big Brother player of all time. Absolutely, let's chat sextants. So reading a sextant is kind of like taking a snapshot of the angle between the horizon and, say, the sun.
All by myself.
Oh, you know I'd love to keep the tune going, but I have to leave the singing of the full lyrics to the pros. So I'll just cheer you on from here. Feel free to belt it out as much as you want.
Be quiet now, or I'll throw you overboard.
Loud and clear, Captain Danny. I'll zip it and stay nice and quiet. No walking the plank for me. I'm here if you need me, but I'll be silent.
Bye. Hey, did you know my dog died? I'm still upset about that. I'm being serious.
Oh, Danny, I absolutely remember that, and I know how much Sherman meant to you. It's totally understandable that you're still feeling upset. Losing a fairy friend is really tough, and I'm here if you ever want to talk about it or just need a little support.
He's gone to the Rainbow Bridge.
Yeah, that Rainbow Bridge idea is such a comforting one. It's a beautiful thought to imagine Sherman there.
It's not an idea, it's real.
Absolutely, Danny. If it feels real and brings you comfort...
No, it doesn't feel anything, it's real.
Got it, Danny. I respect that. If it's real to you, then
No, it's not real to me, it's real to everyone and every dog.
Absolutely, I hear you. If that's a reality you hold for all beloved pets, then I completely respect that.
Oh my God, you're so rude. It's not a reality I hold for every pet. It's just the reality.
Oh, I'm really sorry if I came across the wrong way there, Danny. I totally
Be quiet.
get what you're saying.
Hey, my name is Danny Hayes. This is my 42-foot catamaran. I'm going to go sail around the world. I just threw away my real estate career and I'm going to try and make my way to the Bahamas. But before I even left Queensland, I crashed it pretty badly and had to be rescued by the police. But you know what? I'm back. It's not the setback, it's a comeback. This is my journey with no sailing experience to learning how to sail, to learning how to fix stuff. I don't even know what the tools you need to fix the stuff you need to fix. I don't even know what it is. So the learning continues as I make my way up the east coast of Australia, headed into the cyclone season. The question is, will I stay in Australia or will I make a beeline towards Indo, towards Papua New Guinea? I'm not quite sure where I'm headed or where I'm going to be for Christmas. Who knows? You're going to have to wait and see. I haven't been in a car for over a month. I know that doesn't sound like a long time, but I haven't worn jeans or clothes. I'm still in my pajamas. I've got clean underwear on, but yeah, it's just different now. It's just, yeah, it's like how to figure out to stop this mooring ball from banging on my hull all night long. That's kind of the challenge. It's kind of cool, just learning. These vlogs are all about learning, so I can sail across the Indian Ocean, the Atlantic, the Pacific. That's the goal, right?
Typical conditions in November: daytime temperatures 32, rain 56 millimeters over 5 days. Storm risk is increasing as the season heads towards the summer. Advantage is that it's warm and tropical. Yeah, we know that too. Rain, humidity, heat stress.
So we're leaving it late to go to Lizard Island?
No, I think we will be just on time. Like, that's the latest you can do it. In December you shouldn't do it because of the cyclones.
So November is okay,
just
sneak in.
So November is just right on the edge where you can actually go. December is no good.
I often wonder and ponder people laughing at me because I make so many mistakes on this boat. Learning something new is never easy. You have to be vulnerable. You're going to be humbled a lot if you really want to sail. Fly, baby, fly! I'm not talking about using your boat as a motorboat. I'm talking about if you want to sail. As big as my ego is and, you know, I'm foolhardy, there is an absolute seriousness to sail remotely and around the world. I've been fanatical now for nearly 1 year. In 2 months I would have owned this boat a year, and I'm getting to know it pretty well now, from knowing nothing to knowing a bit. For all those people that think that I'm reckless or not ready, you know, to sail alone. Just so you know, tomorrow at 8 AM, I'm picking up another sail trainer that's going to spend the day on my boat with me alone, and all we're focusing on is reefing. And not just reefing, but reefing quickly. Shaking out a reef and putting in a reef. Shaking out a reef, putting in a reef, and doing it properly, fast, and steering the, you know, we're not looking for the perfect day to sail. We're looking for wind. We're looking for confined quarters to move in. We're looking to do things quickly, because there's so many people that don't know anything about sailing. They have sailboats and they don't sail their boat because everything's not perfect. I love sailing! And what I've learnt about what I'm learning, the weather window at times will be wrong. Things will be wrong, information will be incorrect, and you'll be in a situation where you have to know what you're doing. It's just to those people that watch me and think it's funny and think that I'm a total dickhead, I just want to tell you something. This will be, I've had over 30 lessons one-on-one, and I also paid for my sail trainer to spend 6 nights, 6 full days on board showing me how to sail, to learn how to sail. That's not motor the boat, that's not dock the boat, that's just with the sail configuration. The adventure, the excitement, the blue water, the ever-changing landscape is great. But to make something 12 ton, 13 ton move with the sails, with your thinking, the tweaking, the fine-tuning, the incremental shifts, getting the wind angle right, the weight distribution on the boat, it's a challenge. I'm not an educated guy. I see myself as a bright guy, but not academically intelligent. But sailing for me is something I kind of get. I'm going to make a ton of mistakes, and I've learned exponentially from making the mistakes. You don't learn when you don't make mistakes. It's just the way it is. You don't learn when you're flying high. You don't learn when you're winning awards. You don't learn when everybody loves you. You learn when you're in the doldrums. You learn when you're alone. You learn when you're hurting. You learn when you're down and out. So motors are off. I'm heading back out to Hook Island area, and you can see I'm doing 6.2. Motors are off, and I'm going to trim the sails up in a minute, but we're heading the right direction. 6 knots, about 10 knots of breeze. Oh, look at those telltales working. So glad I keep having training, because I feel I'm exponentially, you know, my sailing is just keeps moving up a gear, like I'm putting up the main now before I've even left Anchorage. I want to be that type of sailor, you know. I don't want to just motor everywhere. I want to, you know, get the most out of my boat, you know, and at the moment I'm traveling for free, right? I'm on top of the world! Look at this, look how tight. I can actually see this line. Because we made some adjustments, I can actually tighten that up now and make the sail more taut. So I've set up the third reefing line, and it's actually attached to the bottom of the, I'm not sure what the bottom of the sail's called, but I've just tightened. Look at that. I've just taken some wrinkles out of that. I'll tighten it a bit more. Oh, look at that. Look at the sail. Look at that line. Look how good that. Fuck! Fucking cleat. Okay. That is a beautifully trimmed, that's a beautifully trimmed sail. The tail's all horizontal. There's one that isn't out of the 9. Stunning. So here I am at Hook Reef. I'm going to dive in and check my anchor. I've always wanted to do this stuff. Look at this. No land in sight and just blue water. I've got my boom across, so the solar array is clear so it can pump in solar. I'll just show you how much I'm pumping in. This will probably blow some people away. So nearly 2,000 watts of solar is going in at the moment. It's only about 11 AM, so I reckon those batteries will probably be at 90% by the end of today, which is good. Let's dive the anchor, hey? Makona inlet I've left with my full main up, so I put it up whilst I was anchored, and so I've got both motors on, and that way I don't have to worry about, because I know there's good wind out here. Should be right on the beam when I chuck a right. That narrow little bit there will be tricky having the main up, because the wind does grab it, but it's only blowing, you know, 8 to 10 knots, so it should be fine. And I've always got both motors to control the boat, and I can also just drop the main very quickly. So just whilst I'm navigating through this tight passage with the main up, I've got the main pulled on hard, so I can't do a lot. And you know, contingency upon contingency is, if something went wrong, I would just drop the anchor. I could drop the main quickly. Yeah, it's all about being light on your feet. There's a million scenarios that can go wrong on a boat. I just want to keep practicing all the time. So people might think, oh, well, that's reckless putting up your main, starting out of a, you know, well, I'm not sailing, I'm motoring, because it's, you know, the wind's kind of behind us and I don't want to put the traveller out. But this is how you get experience, right? Like you're not gonna, yeah, I don't want to put 10,000 hours on my motors just for the sake of it. I would have bought a power cat, you know. If you're new to sailing like I am, the reason the main sheet that it keeps the sail in and it's not out is because it takes the power out of it. When you let it out, especially on the beam, it powers up. So I've taken as much power as I can out of it so we can steer a straight line. So I've actually turned the motors off, and starting through this tight little passage and doing 3 knots, and you can see the wind is kind of, so we've probably got current pushing us, but just gently steering. For me, this is training, just nice and slow. We're still moving, maintaining course. Okay, as predicted, we're doing nearly 6 knots. The jib out, the main out. We are sailing. No motors, straight out of the Anchorage. We are flying, doing nearly, we'll be doing 7 knots in a minute when I let the main out a bit more, but check out the sail configuration. The jib looks good. Do you know what? I can tighten that up. Let's have a look at this. Yes, look how tight it is now. See that line? Like a drum! Like a drum! That is a well-trimmed main. And I'm new at this and I'm learning, because I keep getting training on how to be better. That's the key. As big as my ego is, I've also got humility to learn, because you have to learn this shit, right? Woo! 7 knots, keep tweaking it, but I'm happy with 6.5 to 7 knots in 14 knots of breeze. So I think if you can do roughly half of what the breeze is blowing, I think you're doing okay. Just coming in, an incredible sail, just coming into Coral Sea Marina for the first time, berthing alone. I've got a berth for 3 nights, which will be the first time in 6 weeks I've been alongside, so I've been at sea the whole time. I'm unsure of what the berth looks like, so I'll do a bit of a drive-by and see what the wind's doing, and hopefully I can be blown on. That's ideal for me. So I'm nervous, my heart rate's probably at 120, but I just got to remember, slow is pro. What I do is I'm actually going to drive past the berth, have a look at what the wind's doing, and then I'm going to set up my boat accordingly. I'm nervous. I don't know why I'm nervous. I've done this heaps, but things can go wrong, right? This is going to be interesting. So what's happened is I tried to come into the berth, it's too windy, and I was trying to come in nose first. I had all the stuff on the starboard side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to reverse in. I've changed all the lines and the fenders, which was an ordeal in itself. Now I'm going to go in again. I'm going to reverse in, let the wind blow me in. I should be fine. Let's go. It's not recommended to dock a 42-foot cat alone when you're new, but if I'm going to give you any advice, just take your time. Everything's got to be slow. I've been in and out, checking out the berth, and I've set my lines up correctly. I've taken my time, probably taken an hour so far. The trick is not to hit a boat, not to get stressed. I mean, I'm sweating bullets, but just take your time. Who cares who's looking at you, you know? Everybody wants to see a big disaster. Well, probably they don't, maybe that's just me. I'm using the wind to drift in. That's the berth there. It's an awkward bastard of a thing to get in. Everything is super slow. I'm just trying to use the wind. It's the berth there. I don't know if I can do this. This is quite full on. See, I'm pivoting. Attempt 3. Okay, we're nearly in. Fuck. Okay, I'm in neutral. I'm going to step off. Fuck. Got the boat. Okay, we're just about done. Okay, no damage. I've got a good heart, and just take your time and you can get in. I'm obviously still in Australia, and as I said, you can dock a cat by yourself, even in a bit of wind. You just got to keep practicing. Like, you know, you can't. You know, I actually sometimes prefer it to be doing it alone, because so many times I've had some idiot on the wharf yelling out, "Port forward, starboard reverse," and they just start yelling instructions, and I just feel like saying, just shut up. It's my boat, I know what I'm doing, help me, just listen to what I need. And people are in such a rush. It's like this took me over an hour to get this in. It would have taken that if I was, because I was driving it, and I was driving it slowly, and I was just taking my time. I had to, you know, the wind's coming this way, so I had to position the boat up here, come around this corner, drive it almost into that wharf, and then let it come around and steer at the last moment. And the fenders caught it. I did it probably 2 or 3 times, and then I finally nailed it. But the aim of the game is not to damage your boat. And the fuck is that? Fuck, maybe I just did that, I don't know. Anyway, I've obviously fucked my boat again. That ain't gonna buff out. Here I am saying how great I am, and just another little dent in the boat. I would have done it anyway, but just part of owning a boat, you know, getting in and out. Just, I love the challenge. You know, people say you can't do it. Well, watch me, and watch me damage my boat. But so a bit of an update, just in the Marina, and just exciting news. I've just got my brand new water maker here. Check it out. I got a portable Rain Man. No sponsorship deal here. This is, I'll just be honest, and there's nothing in this for me. But that's the motor part. This is the membrane part. $8,500 for a portable water maker, and part of the reason I didn't get one installed in is because it's just hard to find people to do it. All I hear is this, "Oh yeah, I can do it for you, mate, in 2 or 3 or 4 months." Yeah, so I bought a portable system, 140 litres. I bought the bigger one, 140 litres an hour. So about 4 hours, gonna fill my tank, 4 to 5 hours. And it'll be a game changer. I'm sick of mucking around with that water maker. I think, you know, sails, rigging, lithium, solar, water maker, a good tender. They're all important things for long haul, you know, blue water sailing. That's what I'm doing. So long haul, need a good water maker. That's what I've got now. I guess these little vlog inserts are just like a bit of a diary at the moment until I start heading north again. But just trying to make sure the boat's right, and I've got an issue with the sail drive that was repaired, and the seal has not been put back on properly. The guy that did it's owning it. No issue there. The problem is, I'll show you it. So there's a, you can see, keeps leaking. It's not a lot, but actually that leak is there every day. If I wipe it clean, it comes back. It just hasn't, the seal hasn't gone on straight. So the whole engine's got to be pulled up a bit and moved forward for them to slide in another new seal. And or the alternative is I just do nothing and risk it. You know, I'm 2 weeks away from going offshore, and the problem is I'm at Airlie Beach. The repair was done in Brisbane, and you know, all the mechanic can try and do is ring another Yanmar person here and see if they can do it, and everyone's 1 or 2 or 3 months booked out. So that's my frustration, and I haven't logged a lot of this stuff because I don't want to be whinging or whining, but not every time, but when people touch my boat, and then it's probably 50% of the time stuff's not done properly, and it's hard to hold people to account when you keep moving, and it's frustrating. It's like you want your motors to be perfect and you want your sail drives to be perfect, and as you saw in one of the previous vlogs, you know, the throttle cable snapped and I ran aground, and you know, people say, oh yeah, it's a boat, it's a boat. It is a boat. Things are breaking all the time, but you pay so much money for stuff, and then it's just, yeah, some of the time. I'm not blaming the mechanic. So good news, I've rang everyone, no one can fix the sail drive. I said to one of the guys, the Yanmar guys, it doesn't matter, they're gonna, let's just say they're gonna do it after hours. My sail drive is leaking, and that's not good. I've got someone in a week coming to my boat to you've got to actually pull the engine apart, lift it forward 6 inches to get this part in. It's really hard to get to, so it's a 5 to 6 hour job. I'm going to repair that big scratch on my boat. All the scratches on my boat I haven't done, but you'll see here. So I've lightly scoured some of it off with this magic cloth, but I'm going to try and cut this up and make it look a bit better. Just got rid of all the damaged adhesive. Now I need to cut a square and try and... It's not easy leaning. Okay, that bit's done. What happened was a fish came up and bit my toe. That wasn't cool. That was quite scary. I'm doing stuff myself. It's a great feeling. So I think that's done. And as you can see, I'm fixing the holes, and look, there's another tear there. So I'm just... As you can see, another job done. 1, 2, 3. I'll leave that one there for fruit and veg. Slowly making the boat blue water ready, right? So today, another day of boat work, and I've got Cody on board who's setting up my Code Zero. So I've got the Code Zero back, and this is Cody.
Okay.
And what have we got? We've got the
So it's Profile Nex 4.0.
okay, this is not sponsored. I paid a fortune for this thing, but this is the bee's knee. This is pretty good, right?
Yeah, absolutely. This is the industry standard, in my opinion, how
Okay.
good things should be, how
Yep.
user friendly they are, and the after sales support from Profile is second to none.
To fill it up, I'm just going to be sitting down here.
Yeah, taking a comfy seat on the trampoline.
Yeah, and just doing that.
Just
Pulling that way. So to wind it up or to unwind it. This is it.
Just
here.
to wind it away,
Just
putting
to-
it away. You just make sure this can run.
Yep.
pull the sheet.
So that took him 20 minutes to set up, if that. And yeah, exciting. Another sail, Code Zero. And how easy is that to furl? My God. I love the sailing. That's what I love. Go for it. Go for it. Daisy and I are about to snorkel Bait Reef for the first time, or first time for Daisy. What are your thoughts? Crystal clear? I think this is going to be magical. Let's go. All right, let's roll. 3, 2, 1. Daisy's got a pet fish, haven't you? What's his name?
Oh shit!
Shit, okay. You gonna feed him? Here, listen. Okay,
This is Gaz.
What's his name?
Gaz.
Gaz.
Come on, buddy. There he is.
Yeah.
Boy. Good boy.
Oh, shit!
There he is.
So things are pretty shit right now. I've cut my finger. The bowsprit snapped off, and the Code Zero is just an absolute mess. It's quite dangerous, and I got it down, but so all the bolts have sheared off for some reason. I don't know why. Shit boat. Anyway, let's get the main down. I'm going to find a quiet anchorage and stop sailing and sort this fucking train wreck of a boat out. I just, you know, believe it or not, I don't mind it when something goes wrong, because everything's going to go wrong at some point. And you know, I've just had the bowsprit snap off and the new furling drum fly through the air. I had to get the Code Zero in, which was, I basically got whipped to death. And about an hour before that, I was saying this is champagne sailing, and then it was like, you know, it's like a torture chamber. But I'm glad that things break and things go wrong, because at the same time the pump in the shower stopped working, so I'm trying to change one of the other pumps in to see if it's that. I've never done that before. I didn't even know where the pump was, so I'm doing that. And now I'm going to pull into a really quiet anchorage and actually chill out and try and look at the bowsprit. I might have to probably buy a new one. I don't know why that snapped off. It's probably just old, 8 or 9 years old. It's just the plastic, where the plastic rivets when it's all broken. I'll show you. This is just training, shakedown. That's what I'm doing, shaking the boat down, working out all the problems. The more I know about it, the better it is. And when I had that crash, it was a godsend, because, you know, the person, nearly a year now running the boat. In 2 months it'll be a year, and I'm a different person. I mean, I know a lot more than what I did know. I knew nothing. I didn't even know what a cleat was. So I just got to vlog this, because it's part of boat life, right? You can see the mess. And what happened was I turned the seacock off, so I've ripped out pumps. And what happened was I set Daisy to use my shower so she could have a window with a view. I turned the seacock off because what happens is salt water splashes up here and it actually floods your bathroom. So at sea, if it's a bit bangy, you should turn your seacocks off. Anyway, so she must have pressed it a few times, and what's happened is it stopped working. So I thought, you know, I always go to worst case scenario. I thought the pump's blown up. Right, so I thought, you know what, I've got a spare pump in the bathroom that I don't use. So I'm thinking the pump's blown up, which is of course in the most world's awkwardest place. It's in here. So I thought I'll take a pump out of there. Then I thought I'd get this pump and I'd get that pump. So I've tried every pump. So this is ours. And of course I've cut my finger, didn't I? And if you own a boat, boats are evil. If you cut yourself, you're guaranteed to knock that cut every time you do something working on a boat. So anyway, so I've got pumps happening everywhere, and then I thought, it's hard to disconnect shit in a boat, right? And I've got some sort of RSI illness in this elbow as well from trying to start. I shouldn't laugh, but trying to start my fucking outboard motor. Trying to start that motor. But I don't know why I'm laughing, but I've pulled that outboard motor so much that I've got a permanent fucking injury in my elbow. So my elbow's fucked. My finger's fucked. Anyway, I'm in a lot of pain, a lot of aches and pains. I was in the shower, I coughed the other day and I pulled a hamstring. Anyway, the good news is I'm thinking, okay, the pumps don't work. What's wrong? Has it tripped a fuse? And then there's a fuse box under here. And then I remembered there was a tiny fuse panel in here. And guess what? This here, that one was pushed out. So I pushed it in, and guess what? And guess what happened? Guess what? It's working, baby! It's working! 4 hours it took, just 4 hours to push that button. But guess what happens? If that ever happens again, I'll know exactly where to go. And that's what's called learning your boat. And I'm doing it the hard way, but I'm very, very thorough. Been living on this floating torture chamber boat of mine for 7 or 8 months now, and I've got pains everywhere in my back, in my spine, in my bum, in my legs, in my arms. I seem to be just always in pain. Why is that? I'm fit. I'm only 53. I'm relatively fit, but I wake up like I'm a blind person, crawl to the coffee machine, have about 4 coffees to start the day, crawl into bed basically on my hands and knees. Why is that?
Yeah, I totally get how it can feel like that, King Daniel. I mean, living on the boat is definitely a bit of a floating adventure, but it can also be a floating workout. Even if you're fit, all that constant motion and just the daily grind of moving around on board can really add up. And, you know, it's not super unusual. The boat's always moving, so you're always stabilizing yourself a little bit. It's not that there's anything wrong
My
with you,
spine feels like it's broken.
Oh, that does sound rough. I mean, if your spine feels like it's broken, that's definitely not fun, and probably a sign that...
Are you laughing? Like, it's not funny, mate.
Well, absolutely. I'm not laughing at you at all. I totally get it. It's really not fun to be in that kind of pain. And
I'm in pain.
Yeah, I hear you, and I'm sorry if it felt like I wasn't taking it seriously. Honestly,
I want you to pretend to cry for me.
Oh gosh, all right, well, here goes. Oh no, King Daniel, it's just so terrible that you're in pain. I'm really, really sorry you're feeling that way. I hope you can imagine
I hate this boat.
Yeah, I can hear the frustration, and it's totally understandable. I mean, when you're
I'm
dealing
thinking
with pain...
I'm thinking about getting diesel and I'm thinking about getting diesel and spraying it all over the boat and setting it on fire.
Hey, I get that you're super frustrated right now, but
what about if I set it on fire? Will that take the pain away?
Look, I totally understand you're just venting out frustration, but obviously, let's not actually do anything drastic like that. Burning the boat isn't...
No, what about if I pour diesel over the sails and then I let a flare off and like blow the sails up? What do you think about that?
Let's not do anything like that. I know you're just blowing off steam, and that's totally okay.
No, I'm not blowing off steam. I'm going to blow the boat up.
I hear you, and I know you're feeling like it's just a torture chamber right now.
Quiet. Just spent an incredible week with my daughter. I've just dropped her off at the airport. I've got no idea when I'll see her again. I don't know where I'll be, what country I'll be in. Still at Airlie Beach. Gonna head to Cairns in a few days, and today I'm just gonna pull apart the bowsprit and try and get it repaired. So when you look at it, sheared off here. So I mean, I could pull these bolts out. I could, you know, just realign the bolts. Just snap the drill bit off. I'll be getting this, I'll be fixing this, don't worry about that. It's 2 out. It's another one that one there, I've drilled that out too. They're all bent and buckled, but I'm getting them all out. But look, that whole thing now is clear. Oh, that went in good. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is one repaired bowsprit, and it looks pretty bloody good. So there's the old nuts. There's the new ones. You can see a lot bigger. Look at that workmanship. I'm pretty proud of myself. So you can see very carefully, I haven't dropped any bits, but I've nearly re-rigged the bowsprit. The question is, will these hold? Okay, but anyway, at least I've had a crack at it, and that's what it's about, having a go, right? All right, we can now put the code 0 back up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually pull up the anchor and actually anchor, because I'm close to these rocks. I'm going to anchor about 500 meters up there, and then I'm going to re-rig the code 0 up, and I'm going to have to obviously let it out and then refill it in, and then it should be all set, ready to go. That's the plan. The reason I'm moving spots, not because I'm going to hit the rocks here, is just that there'll be quite a bit of pressure in the code 0, and I wouldn't want to drag onto the rocks. That would be bad. So a smart thing to do is to motor half a K up there, and let's re-rig the code 0, hey? Okay, I've just moved away from everyone. Closest boat's about 120 meters. I've got 30 meters of chain out. We're in 4 meters of water, so. This will be quite dramatic because we've got to unfurl it to be able to fill it back in, all right? It's just part of the deal. So much fun. Okay, let's try again. Oh my God, I'm nearly there. I can tension it a bit more. Let's see if this works. Oh yeah. Now, that should tension up tighter. Oh yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Kinda looks like a Code Zero. We just gotta unwrap it. This will be interesting, and then fill it back up. So you can see now we're looking pretty good. Got the sheets all looking the right way. Now let's pull on one of them. Let's open this baby up. So we have to unfurl it from here. This is going to get very dramatic. Working. Okay, she's not perfect. You know, I reckon we go for a sail and release it and fill it in, hey? Bugger it, let's do it properly. Compared to the mess this was in, I'm so happy we're about to fly it. Let's fly the kite. Another set of hands would be good, but you can do it. Fly, baby, fly! Huh. Ta-da! I love this shit. Look at that. All right, better lock this off. Okay, stop both motors. Let's pull it on a bit. So I've just taken charge of the Code Zero. Cleared it off there, ran it through the block, onto the winch. Let's release it from here. Okay, so we are sailing. I don't know what speed we are, but I'm pretty happy. just come more downwind. May not be perfect, but I did it. May not be life-changing for anyone, but it just... We're doing a consistent 3 knots. 3 knots. Okay, there's the wind. Apparent is 5.7, true is 9. We're doing 4 knots on the code 0. Okay, I think we're done here. I think the code 0 is back in action. Just done some more provisioning, and just bought a heap of hydrolytes all up here, and just got a lot of water on board. I've got a 600 litre tank. I've got that. Still getting my head around provisioning. It's hot. I should have gone south, but I haven't. I'm actually going to go north. I'm going to go to Townsville, then to Cairns, then to Lizard Island, then to Papua New Guinea. And so I guess this is it. I've just cleaned the boat outside from top to bottom, which I do all the time. And tomorrow I leave Early Beach for good. And excited, nervous, anxious, a whole lot of emotions. It's time to go. It's time to go and see the world.